So yeah, I wasn't too fussed about the bike actually, and I had arguably one of the best days riding I had in Whistler lined up for the first day. Panic not though, I was on the Bowheads. Are they called Bowheads? The Bowheads with Martyn Ashton.
I saw that. Wow.
Mate, it was
Wow.
unreal. I was with Pilgrim, Martyn Ashton, and Blake, and
Is that video out yet? Or
it's not out yet. No, I think I
Okay,
can preview
right.
it though. I don't think it's a problem. So the Bowheads are the what they called modified. I can't remember what they're called. They're the three-wheeler bikes with throttles for people with spinal cord injuries or with leg injuries or whatever. So it was fucking. It was honestly unreal, dude. So you see this trike. We need to make a clip of this because so you see a Bowhead. It's a three-wheel bike. So you think three wheels. You'd think you could just sit in it, right? Yeah, you'd think it would just be you just sit in it, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. You sit in it, you take out a pin, the whole thing collapses. If you just took your hands off the bars, it'd just fall over. It's like a bike.
No way.
Mate, they're not easy. So I
didn't think it'd work like that. That's crazy. So
I didn't.
Right.
So it's a throttle. It has an electric motor and a throttle. It has one rear wheel, two front wheels. All have suspension and all have this crazy linkage that moves it about.
I see. So now it would just tip over.
Yeah,
so it's almost
exactly.
like riding a motorbike with your feet up.
Yeah, it's when it tips over as well, you're so stuck, you know, because you've got all of the leverage of the linkage. You can't just pull the bars back up. It's like lifting yourself up. It doesn't work. So, obviously I came into it thinking this is going to be so mint. I'm literally having a go on some trikes, but they're not. It's not like that. This is the closest. Like I had a day's riding out of these things. It was 100% that. So in a car park, we got to learn to use it, and you kind of have that weird steer thing where you have to opposite steer to get the back wheel to flop over either way, because you need to get that back wheel to flop over. If you go into a turn and your wheel's pointing the wrong way, you're going down so hard. Like we had some crashes, dude.
And this was something that was lined up through GMBN and Martyn Ashton. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Martyn's obviously been using these for a while, and I guess he's probably just wanted other people to experience how
it was
cool
so
this thing
fucking
is.
cool. It was so fucking cool because it wasn't that like we were beginners at biking again, which was so fucking amazing to be. And we were with let me find his full name actually, because he's got a really interesting story. We were with I know him as Guga. So Gustavo Guga Ortiz was a World Cup downhill rider who became paralysed, and he's now fucking unreal on the Bowheads, and he was like our Whistler guide, and so this guy goes, it's like so unbelievable following him. He's scrubbing shit, he's like taking World Cup racers lines into turns. I'm completely unable. I'm Joey. I'm in the braking bumps. I'm fucking shitting myself coming into turns. It's so
It was are you you're strapped into it almost then as well?
Yeah, you're strapped.
And so your feet are out in front of you. So if you do take an impact, it's going to be feet first. So your feet are out in front of you. You're strapped into the thing, and then you've got what throttle on? How does that work? Like a thumb
throttle,
or
like a normal throttle, and then brakes.
Normal
brakes.
And it's obviously electric.
Yeah, it's electric. So the thing about the suspension is when you brake, the suspension rises. So it doesn't have anti-rise suspension. It's
right.
So if you brake in braking bumps, it's pretty harsh, and also it when it rises, it makes it harder to steer. So there's loads of things that you have to learn, like really, really quickly. And following Martyn and Guga down trails was like, it was so fucking sick. The level, how good they are was. We were so shit, dude. It was unbelievable.
Do you know much about the company? Is it relatively new technology? What's the?
I don't. I should have actually prepared for this, shouldn't I? Really?
No, it's fine because we can wing it. But it's is it a relatively new thing? I've seen Martyn using them, but I think does he not have one with actual hand, like a hand operated one, or is that the same thing? Do you know?
He does, and it is exactly the same thing. So he has, he has the hand operated one. So if you imagine, dude, if you actually imagine the amount of freedom that offers,
it's crazy.
When you
so
actually
cool.
think, because I hadn't really thought about it, and Martyn had been off on a ride into the mountains, and it's pedal assist, so he gets like a cardio workout, and he's out in the mountains. This is a guy that's fucking ridden all his life. He's like an elite bike rider, and that's all been taken away from him. If you can quite imagine how much of a deal it is, all that's had to happen is someone creates this machine, and then you've got your freedom back again. It honestly makes the hairs on my neck stand up, because it was just, and talking to Martyn about it, he was just like, it's such a game changer. He gets to go out in the mountains where he's so happy. He gets to experience like the freedom that all of us love riding bikes. So it was like, you couldn't not find it. It was one of the best days riding, because it was like, obviously there's just the instant type 1 fun of just riding a new thing down a hill. It's got a throttle. I'm shit at it. It's fucking brilliant. We're all just crying with laughter at the bottom of every run. But then there was also this kind of realization that this thing is absolutely incredible. This thing is allowing like all of these people to enjoy the things that we take. Health is a thing that you just take for granted. You can't not. You can never, exactly what we were talking about before, you can't get yourself in that mind frame. You can't remember what it was like after your injury, can you?
No,
you
not
can't
at all.
remember that feeling, that kind of feeling. You can't remember it, and these things take all of it away. Like obviously, with a permanent injury, you have a reminder of it, and then these things you're back in the game. It was so fucking cool.
Sick.
It was wicked.
That's really cool.
And it was good that we were so shit at it, to be honest. Like, Google was going down. I look forward to seeing the video. I don't know what we filmed. I don't know if it captured it. But he was going down in front of me. I got the hang of the jumps. Pilg and Blake were really good at the corners. I was shit at the corners. But the jumps, I was okay. I ended up getting to the dangerous point on the Dunning-Kruger scale, where you're like really confident and really you have no business being there. So I was like overshooting jumps, and it felt like I was on a log flume. I had the bars up here, and my feet over the bars on this thing, really out of control. But and Guga is turning around. He's like whipping, looking behind himself, landing, and you can see he's going weak. He's going weak because he's laughing so much at how bad I am at it and stuff. Like we had a whale of a time.
What are they like in the air? Surely it's like seat bouncing a mountain bike, is it not? Does it just try and like catapult you out the front?
I'd say it's like seat bouncing, but seat bouncing on a moto or a mountain bike, you have an element of, you sit into it, don't you? Remember, you're strapped into the seat, and there's no picking yourself up from your bum, so you can't bounce. So the bounce element is gone. It's like it has to be pure.
Which wheels are powered? Is it back or front?
Yeah, definitely rear.
Okay.
Like, I mean, these things are fucking sick. They're designed by someone who likes the good shit, so it's rear, but you've got an electric motor. Electric motors aren't the same as combustion engines. They have a lag. So if you're relying purely on throttle, you do get bucked sometimes if you're not really on it. So I found it way easier. I couldn't go at like Guga and Martyn's speed, because I couldn't get that throttle lag. I couldn't go really quick and stay on the throttle, because you need like a yeet. If you're really relying only on throttle, you need like a up the lip. Otherwise, it's fucking
not
dangerous.
an instant.
If you get a then that's you over the bars, and over the bars is not a crash I'm interested in trying on that.
No, strapped in over the bars does not sound fun.
It'd be the worst. It'd be the worst. In fact, someone had one of the homies of the guys I was riding with out there had a big crash on A-line. I'll try and find the video and send it to you, because it is like your worst nightmare crash.
Jeez.
Because you just
how do you get them on the lift?
So we used an uplift. You could get them on the lift, but we used an uplift van that was taking us to the mid station. I think I did crank it up, beeline, and then but I mean, These boys go down anything. It's fucking insane. I hope that they've got some of the crashes that we had, because I had just useless crashes. And once you crash, you're just sort of folded, like, because it all works like a parallelogram. You're just folded under your own weight on this thing. If I didn't have people there to help, I'd just be stuck in the woods I'd just be bear food. I'd literally be bear food, yeah.
Oh dear, that's funny.
But
that
what
good,
an amazing experience!
Looking forward to seeing it.
It really was, yeah. And it was, and giant thanks to Martyn and everyone who helped us out there, and also obviously the designers, because that was one of the things I remember. I got to ride with fucking Martyn Ashton's like a childhood hero, and I got to have a day with him with some of my best mates, Blake and Pilg, and we were just crying with laughter. We were so shit, and we were desperately trying to keep up with Martyn and Guga. It was fucking rad. What a day. So yeah, big thanks to
dope, dude.
Guys at GMBM for that one. That's rad, yeah.
Yeah, we'll link it up down below in the show description.
Yeah, wicked. So it didn't matter that the bike didn't turn up, frankly, and my ankle hurt, so...
Did you enjoy this clip? If so, please like and subscribe. The full episode is available by hitting one of the links on the screen right now, or type The Ride Companion into your favourite podcast app. We've even put links in the show description for you. Cheers!